For the next step in this project, we're going to go back to Groove Pizza. So in Groove Pizza, here is the Billie Jean loop that we created. So what I want to do now is I want to create a new loop that is all mine. So I'm going to come down here, and if I just take this basic loop, I can add sounds to it just by clicking on some different buttons. If I want to add some snare drum sounds. Okay. And I'm just playing around. I can take sounds away. Okay, so once I come up with a loop that I like, just like we did with the Billie Jean, I want to see if I can recreate this loop in GarageBand. So, if I come back over here to my GarageBand file, I'm going to add a new track, a software instrument. I'm going to change this and use an electronic sound this time. Let's see, let's do Modern Club. I'm going to mute my Billie Jean track. And if I want to keep track of it, I can even retitle this one Billie Jean. And then I'm going to come down to the new track I created, hold the Command key, and click to create a new region. And then I'm going to refer back to my Groove Pizza to try to recreate this. So if I look at just the kick drum first, I've put sounds here on 1, 3, 8, 9, 14, and 16. So this is going to be beat 1, and then I have I skip a column, and then I put another sound down. So if I come back, here's my C1. I hold my Command key to get my pencil. Okay, that's beat 1, and then I skip a column and do the next one. Then if I look, if you go back and use the diagram in the slideshow that I gave you, I can see that 9 would be beat 3. So I added a sound on beat 9 and then just before beat 9. So here's 3. I'm going to come down and put one on that beat and then a sound just before it. Go back to Groove Pizza, and then 14 and 16, which is going to be in the last beat. So that would be here and here. Okay, so if I turn my cycle on, okay, now I'm going to work on my snare drum. So the snare drum, beat number 5 would be beat 2. So I put them on the first 2 columns. Here's my snare drum sound. So I'm going to come up here to beat 2, hold my Command key, and put 2 right next to each other. And then down here on the last beat, I have it on 13 and 15. So that's going to be here. So I'm going to listen to this. Alright, and then finally, if I look at my cymbals, I left that as a straight, same pattern as Billie Jean. So I just go every other column. Alright, so I'm going to show you a little different way to save it this time. So I'm going to do my Option, click and drag to create the 4 measures. Now this time, I'm going to click and drag, select all 4 regions, and then I come to Edit in the drop-down menu. Now in Edit, I'm going to select Join Regions. So when it joins, it's going to combine all those regions. Now here is another way that I can save this to my loop library. If I click this and drag it over here into my loops, you'll see that a little plus button comes up under my cursor. And I'm going to add, and then I get a window. And so in this window, I'm going to give this loop a name. Call this Jones Jam 1. I'm going to save this as a drum loop under Beats, and then I click Create. So once I've done that, you'll see this little circle come up. Now if I click on Beats, and I scroll down to the J's, I should find, there it is. So I've got my new loop now added into my GarageBand loop library. Cool.